I thought it'd be nice to put some chorizo in. We'll keep it round. Has lots of flavour anyway in the first place. So another Jungle Crows curry, 15-minute curry. Curry number 2. Glad to say that after less time, we'll be going back home to India on Monday, which is exciting, after 6 months here in the UK. UK's been okay, but it'd be nice to get back home and start planning your life again, get back to work, get back to thinking about work and where we go from now on. So I'm going to cook a chicken curry, something like a chicken curry anyway, nothing traditional in the slightest. So I've got some chicken thighs here. Now you could use chicken breast if you wanted to. I mean, for me, if I'm honest, I think there's hardly any rules of cooking in all reality. I think you can play around with recipes depending on how confident you are. So I've got chicken thighs, we could shred them if we wanted to. Like I said, we could use breasts, we could keep the skin on. But I've got a hot pan, I don't want to overrun on time today. So I've got a nice hot pan, I don't think you need to see that. I put oil in it, I put salt in it. I think it's always nice to salt the pan, but that's just personal preference. Now I'm going to get them cooking. Upcoming. I'm going to get them cooking. Let's get them started. Cook them almost all the way through. And I'm going to make a bit of something to make a bit of a sauce with, which is a bit interesting. I'm always afraid of saying that something might be from somewhere in India, but to a certain extent it's not. Even though I'm thinking that it has some ideas of Gola. I've got some lovely chorizo here. This is not Goan chorizo, but the chorizo in Gola is some of the nicest, or some of the best chorizo I've ever tasted. Really flavoursome, has a little bit of cumin, traditionally, a lot of smoked paprika, and it's really smoky, has a nice chilliness about it. And like I say, it's probably one of the nicest chorizo I've ever had. Although the Spanish, I'm sure, would say very different. So, going to get some colour on the chicken, get in there. I'm going to let it cook for about 3 minutes on that side, then I'll flip it over. It's not particularly attractive at the moment, so if you wanted to, you can marinate the chicken before, completely in your hands. I actually like the traditional Western way of sealing a chicken in the pan without too much confusion. And then we'll go in there with some spices later. So I'm going to make a pancake to go with this. It's going to be, how do I say, so a bit remnant of Eastern India. It's going to be a besan pancake, so a chickpea pancake, which means it's gluten-free. I'm going to make it just like any other pancake. With besan flour, I'm going to add some water. And if I have time, I'm going to try and keep it on time today, because I did run over a little bit last time. Might add a little bit of chilli to it, some coriander, some onion. I could do that, or, I mean, it's completely up to you. But let me try and stick to time today. Make something tasty. Chicken's in the pan. 2-3 minutes. Get a bit of colour on it. It's always nice to get some colour. To a certain extent, the colour is where all the flavour is. So we'll leave that for a minute. So I've got some onion. Now again, obviously there's no real recipe here that I'm making. We're just winging it to a certain extent. You could slice an onion, you could dice an onion. That's completely in your hands, really. I don't think there's necessarily any rules to any of that, in all reality. I'm not a traditional Indian master chef, if you like, so I don't have all those traditions that I have to stick to. Let me get some pain. So I have an onion. We could use a whole one if we wanted to, but I think for now, half is okay. I want it to cook quite quickly, so I think we're going to go in there and slice it. So when I slice an onion, I take the root out at an angle, if you can see. And it just makes it much easier to slice thereafter. So we can use the traditional chef's chopping action if we want to, or whatever you feel comfortable with. I'm not so anal about all of that. It's not a professional kitchen, so I'm not necessarily that concerned how you chop your onion. Sorry, I've got myself a little bin there that I fashioned, you don't need to see that. We've got some nice sweet peppers, which I'm going to put in whole. Just going to pierce them so that they don't burst open. You could use whatever you want for this. Again, no rules as such. So they're going to cook down, they're going to look nice when we come to serving this. You could use, I guess, chilies that are not so hot also in this. There's a nice red chili here, which I'm just going to slice. So we're just building some flavour, really, thinking about and building some flavour. Nothing else at the moment. Again, let's go back a little bit in my way. We've got a little bit of ginger, which I'm just going to peel and shred. So all these are going to be like punchy flavour and flavourings, really. So we're going to give this lots of flavour when it comes to the end. Put it in my bin. A few slices we'll take, and I'm just going to julienne this, the same as I did last time. It's up to you. If you like more ginger, you can add more ginger. If you don't, then don't add so much. Just shredded. I think we're about 5 minutes in now, so I need to up the game a little bit. Go back to my pan. So we've got our chicken, looking nice, almost done. I'm going to start getting my pan hot. Wipe off all that grease so we don't start in a really smoky kitchen. Get my omelette pan nice and hot, sorry, my pancake pan nice and hot. I'm going to take that down in a minute, and I'm going to cook it for about another 4 or 5 minutes, that's all it's really. So we have these, we have, again, just because I had it, I thought it'd be nice to put some chorizo in. We'll keep it round. Has lots of flavour anyway in the first place. You could dice it if you wanted to. You could shred it. So I'm not really too bothered how you finish this. And the curry that I'm making today, I guess a lot of people wouldn't think of it as being a curry because it's going to be quite dry. A little bit of garlic we can add. So we have all these lovely different textures and colours here. I'm going to finish it with a few cherry tomatoes as well. So, a bit of peeled garlic. Not going to get so dramatic about how we slice or shred that. Up to me, I guess. If anybody would like to see me explore something interesting, if you send in some ingredients and say, what can I do with these, chef? I'll be happy to do something interesting. So I'm going to say chicken's pretty much done, really, or at least 80% done. I'm going to take it out. Got all those lovely cooking juices which we don't want to get rid of. So in with the onion. In with the garlic, which I'm just gonna roughly chop, really. Nothing too overly fancy. Oh, it's about 7 minutes in by now. The time's moving on. Let's get these cooking quite quickly. Nice. Get everything in now. Time's of the essence. My chorizo in there. It's going to give off lots of lovely colour. And our peppers. With that quick rinse. So we have lots of colour pops going on. Lots of little flavour bombs, I guess. Without further ado, I think we're going to go in there with some half cherry tomatoes. Could leave them whole if you wanted to. Could chop them up. Use any tomato. I'm just going to halve these just on the bench. Nothing fancy. Just in half. And they're going to obviously open up. And they're going to reduce a little bit in the pan. Right, so that's good. Onto my pancake batter. How are we doing for time? Ooh, almost running out. Not much time to waste. So, a bit of besan or chickpea flour into the bowl. We don't need massive amounts, I don't think. And we just want to make a nice thin batter. Just because we have it, we can shred up a bit of coriander. You could add ginger. You could add whatever you want to this. I don't mind. Some coriander. Yeah, a little bit of onion if you wanted to. A little bit finely shredded. No problem. Finely chopped. Whatever you want to. But as time is ticking, I guess we'll just roughly slice a little bit of that. Nice. In the pan, got some water here. So we want it like a nice pancake consistency. A little bit of free flow salt. Could add a bit of chili to it if you wanted to. Bit of black pepper. No real rules as such. So I think when you're making a pancake batter, it's always easier to make a bit of a thick paste to start off with and add water. Just to make sure you get out all those lumps. So for me, this is a bit too thick at the moment. I want it to be like a free flow, kind of like Pancake Tuesday batter into our pan. Give it a quick toss around. Looking nice. We can go in with some spices now. Bit of turmeric. A little bit of turmeric, not massive amounts. Just because I like the colour, and obviously we've got this nice red colour happening. We've got a little bit of paprika. You could use smoked paprika if you wanted to. Some cumin. Quite a bit of cumin actually. A good half teaspoon I think would be good. Salt. Pepper. So this is, and I have a little bit of freshly roasted garam masala that I roasted a few days ago actually. So there's in there, there's roasted cumin, cinnamon, clove, what else is in there? Coriander powder, all those typical things that you'd expect to see. I'm going to put a bit of vinegar in it. Wait. And a little bit of water. Cook that for about 3 minutes and it should be done. So hot pan coming. Let's have a look at this batter again. There we go. So a little bit too thick if you ask me personally. A bit of water. I think looking about there, it's a tad bit more. This is looking tasty. I want it to reduce down a bit really. I'd like it to be a bit dry. I don't know whether they're going to have time to reduce it down fully. But you can see it's starting to look nice and tasty. Lovely. Has that bit of a vinegary hit, which isn't such a bad thing. Need some more salt for sure. We can put our chicken back in there. Let it cook through a little bit. Almost as if you were making coq au vin or something. So, omelette pan, pancake pan. I'm going to put a bit of just vegetable oil in there. You could use olive oil if you wanted to. I don't necessarily think there's much need. Just like with any pancake, pour your batter in, give it a good whip around, get it as thin or as thick as you want. I'd like to have a bit more in there. Obviously you could make it much better than that with time, but time's against me. So our little curry is cooking nicely. It's going to have lots of flavour. Tastes great already. Going to move that aside. Going to wipe down for myself so you can just keep watching there for a minute. Omelettes. Sorry, I keep saying omelette. Pancake's on its way. It's because I'm not used to making omelettes. I make lots of omelettes. I make very few pancakes. It does actually cook like a pancake. Similar kind of consistency, similar kind of texture. You're going to do almost all the cooking on that side of the pancake. Let's have a look in here. Peppers are cooking. It's looking nice. I would like it to be a bit more reduced down. And if you make this at home, please do that. So let's have a look now. Just give it a quick flip. Pancake's looking nice. Like I say, it looks like a crepe. So not much to worry about there. I've got my serving bowl. My crepe is ready. So we can fold it traditional style, I think. No harm. Our quick tray. Treatment's good. Then back in. Let's have a look at our chicken. Chicken's looking nice. Chicken's nicely cooked. So obviously I'd like that to reduce down. I want it to become a little bit drier, but anyway. Not going to be too anal about how many pieces per portion or one or two of your peppers. Looks nice. Some more of these tomatoes. So make a lovely little dinner. Little bit of chopped coriander, picked coriander. If we wanted to, and this is completely up to you, you could serve a little bit of curd with it, just because I have some. I don't want to use it up. Now you could salt it, you could add some cumin to it if you wanted to, but I also think just natural curd is always nice. Looks great in the bowl. Overran quite a lot again, so 20-minute curry, which I'm sure somebody can make into 15. Can you see in the bowl there? Our lovely pancake. Nice to do this Indian style with our hands. I think it's very hot at the moment though. Don't know if I can eat any. Tastes great. You're gonna love it. If you like the video, get onto the website junglecrows.com and give us some of your money. It's for a great cause, great charity. We'll look forward to the next time we make a curry together. All the best.